Now I still have his engagement ring while my sister has the wedding ring. He has two women in the same family wearing his ring. Can you believe that mess? I'm Maya, thinking I had life all figured out. Got my man, Marcus, by my side, and we were supposed to be the next power couple. But life had other plans for this queen. Marcus was my rock, my ride or die. Or so I thought. Turns out, my man had a wandering eye and a heart full of insecurities. Marcus always felt like he was living in my shadow. Y'all, he needed constant validation, something I thought I was giving him, but apparently not enough. He found that in my baby sister, Jasmine. Now let me break down my relationship with Jasmine. We were close, or at least that's what I believed. I was her biggest supporter, always cheering her on through every milestone. But Jasmine, she had this secret resentment bubbling up inside her. Always felt like she was in my shadow, trying to step out and make her mark. And when Marcus started paying her attention, she saw her chance to finally outshine me. Marcus and Jasmine's relationship was a ticking time bomb. Marcus saw Jasmine as his escape, a way to feel important and validated without having to compete with me. And Jasmine, she lapped up that attention like a thirsty dog on a hot day. She saw Marcus as her ticket to finally surpassing me, to stepping out from under my shadow and into the spotlight. And the family? Oh, don't even get me started. You'd think someone would have the decency to give me a heads up, right? Wrong. My family kept that juicy secret locked up tighter than Beyonce's pre-release album tracks. They were all in on it, attending the wedding, smiling and clapping like it was the event of the century. My family dynamics were already strained. I was the golden child, the one everyone expected great things from. Marcus and Jasmine, on the other hand, always felt like they were playing second fiddle. There were unspoken tensions, jealousy, and competition simmering beneath the surface, just waiting for the right moment to explode. When Marcus dropped that bombshell on me, it hit harder than a breakup anthem on repeat. I felt like I'd been sucker punched in the gut, betrayed by the two people I trusted most. And my family, instead of supporting me, they treated me like the villain in their own twisted soap opera, like I was the one who messed up. Now, as if dealing with Marcus and Jasmine's betrayal wasn't enough, here come the curvy balls. First, I lose my job. Yep, my boss decided to downsize. And guess who got the boot? Yours truly. Talk about kicking a girl when she's down. Then, my so-called best friend, Keisha, who I thought had my back, starts spreading rumors about me at work and on social media. She's saying I was the one who drove Marcus away with my controlling ways. Can you believe that mess? So now I'm out of a job and my reputation's in the gutter. And to top it all off, my mom's been siding with Jasmine and Marcus. She's been telling everyone that maybe it's for the best, that Marcus and I weren't right for each other anyway. It's like the ultimate betrayal. Y'all, my own mother. But here's the real twist. Jasmine, right after she gives birth to twins, gets into a horrible accident. She's left paralyzed from the waist down. It's tragic, and as much as I'm hurt, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Now, Marcus is stuck in a situation he never bargained for, and the family's dynamics are more complicated than ever. In my family, they've got the nerve to act like everything's going to be okay if we all just hug it out. My mom's all, Maya, family is everything. You have to forgive Jasmine. She's going through so much. Like, hello? What about what I went through? What about my heartache and betrayal? See, my mom always had a soft spot for Jasmine. Baby sister could do no wrong in her eyes. When we were kids, Jasmine would mess up, and I'd get the blame half the time. It was always, Maya, you're the older one. You should know better. So when this whole fiasco went down, it was no surprise she took Jasmine's side. But it still hurt. Y'all, it cut deep. Then there's my dad. He's the silent type, never one to rock the boat. His way of dealing with drama is to ignore it and hope it goes away. He'd pat me on the back and say, you'll get through this. Maya, you're strong. But what I needed was for him to stand up for me, to call out the betrayal for what it was. But nope, he stayed neutral, like Switzerland in a world war. And my aunties and uncles? They're all about keeping the peace. Family first, they chant like some cult mantra. They'd invite me to family gatherings, expecting me to sit across from Marcus and Jasmine like nothing happened. I couldn't believe their audacity. They acted like I was the one causing the rift by not forgiving and forgetting. I decide to start my own business, turning my passion for fashion into a full-on hustle. I'm working late nights, building my brand from the ground up. I hit setback after setback, but I keep pushing. Then, just as things start looking up, my landlord decides to jack up the rent on my little boutique space. But you know what? I find a way to make it work. I relocate to a smaller, but more charming spot, and my loyal customers follow. Through all this, I'm reconnecting with old friends who remind me who I am. They lift me up and have my back, helping me realize I'm stronger than I ever knew. I'm also seeing a therapist, working through the pain and betrayal, finding my strength and voice again. And guess what? Marcus comes crawling back, realizing the grass ain't greener on the other side. But honey, this phoenix has risen, and there's no way I'm letting him drag me down again. I'm stronger, wiser, and ready to take on whatever comes next. But this story isn't about Marcus or Jasmine or even my family. This is about me reclaiming my life, my power, and my joy. And trust me, the best is yet to come. Maya's back, and she's here to stay. I realized I actually almost settled for less. With my business booming, I start mentoring young girls in the community, teaching them about resilience and self-worth. I become a beacon of hope for others who face betrayal and hardship. My story inspires them, and in turn, their strength and determination inspire me. One day, I get a call from a local magazine wanting to feature my boutique and my journey. They heard about the girl who turned heartbreak into a thriving business. I share my story, not to bash Marcus or Jasmine, but to show that you can rise from the ashes stronger than ever. As I stand in my boutique, surrounded by the fruits of my labor, I realize something profound. This journey wasn't just about overcoming betrayal. It was about discovering who I am, what I'm capable of, and the power of forgiveness not for them, but for myself. Letting go of the bitterness freed me to embrace a future full of possibility. Now, about finding a man worth my time. Well, let's just say I'm not in any rush. After everything I've been through, I've learned to cherish my independence and focus on building myself up. If the right guy comes along, great. But I'm not about to settle for less than I deserve. As for my sister and Marcus, it's a tough call. On one hand, they're family, and I believe in supporting loved ones through tough times. But on the other hand, I can't sacrifice my own well-being for theirs. If helping them jeopardizes my peace of mind, then I have to draw the line. I'm not here for revenge, but I won't allow myself to be dragged back into their drama either. Maybe with time and boundaries, I can offer some support without sacrificing my own happiness. It's a delicate balance, but one I'm willing to navigate for the sake of my own peace of mind. Subscribe to Fawn Studio.